It turns out that if kids are socially very engaged with other human beings, they do better in life.
We use our screens a lot, and so do our children. Estimates suggest that screen time use for some age groups has doubled in the last 2 decades. A new study has found that screen time for school-age children decreases mental imagery skills.
We found it was both the passive media, so television, and more modern interactive media were associated with lower development and lesser mental imagery development across the course of the year.
Close your eyes and picture the last time you went swimming. It's easy to quickly call to mind how that water felt against your body, how it smelt. All these sensations come about from the experience. That's what mental imagery is. If we only watched someone swim on a screen, we couldn't so vividly recall it. When it comes to childhood, this matters.
In these first 10 years, also into adolescence, we know that sensory development and integration is still being fine-tuned. This is the time in childhood to develop your sensory abilities. When I'm watching a screen, the director of the film and the actresses and so forth and the actors have created these images for me. Whereas if I read a book, if I read Shakespeare's description of a rose or Goethe's Italian travels, then I have to visualize the Tuscan mountains, especially if I haven't been there. I have to actively create the scene with the peaks, the forests, the rivers, the streams, the brooks flowing through the Tuscan countrysides. This is an internal act. The media is taking this hard work away from us, so we don't have to do it.
The good news is, it's easy for parents to help their children tap into mental imagery. All we need to do is let them play.
Play, and in particular what I call playful learning, is this incredible opportunity to fuse what we know works in learning.
So if a child is going to bake pancakes, he or she needs to work out how much flour, how much milk, what does flour feel like, what does mass feel like, what does quantity feel like. And of course, via trial and error, this process gets fine-tuned. So the positive message is that a lot of what we do, a lot of what children do naturally by themselves, is a great way to train their mental imagery.
So how can parents make sense of this all, given that screens are an ever-increasing part of our lives?
Of course, we all live in the modern age and screens are basically unavoidable. So it's not about judging or saying to parents, what you're doing is not good enough. That's not the intention, but perhaps maybe to trust the instincts of the child a little bit, to seek out and allow them to engage in these rich, real-world experiences.
You know, the problem with screen time is that we often lump it as if it is some homogeneous thing called screen time. If it's well-designed, more interactive, then it can actually get something out of being on a Zoom call because it's adaptive and interactive. Whereas most screen time is sit and listen, building couch potatoes. Screens are not a crutch, they are a tool. And as parents, we have to use them as a tool. We must create screens that become prompts for social engagement, not partners that substitute for social engagement.